Alright, so the 20K service tends to be different at different Harley Davidson dealers. That's why I call around to see exactly what they do. Because you look at your manual and you look at your maintenance and it says this, and that. But, to save money and time, I think they kind of like punk out on a lot of things. So that's why I call them up and see what's up. And one place charges $550, one place charges $750, but they do about the same. And it's not even everything in the manual as far as like if you're being nitpicky. So at the 20K service, they do not like change out your fork oil. Okay, they don't. They just look to see if any oil's dripping on the fucking fork. They don't change out the bushings and this and that unless they see that. Then they'll charge you for that shit. So, and they do not typically give you a discount for doing some of your own work, which is kind of blows, which is more reason to learn how to do more of your own work, in my opinion. But also, the bike that I have now, the 2017 Heritage, does not need to have adjustment on your cam chain or your tensioners. It's automatic, but I do have to adjust my belt. And then the vibration I am getting in my hands is either from like getting old and you have like less feeling in your hands, it feels like they're numb. It could be like a vitamin B efficiency, but it could also be the visor bushings, because I asked the guy at service, he used to be a tech, so that's one thing. But I checked my motor mounts and I checked a bunch of other shit, and I still have that feeling, but I noticed like I get this vibration in your hands, and if you look at your mirrors and they're not vibrating anymore, it's probably your body. You know what I'm saying? But he said if there's not like more than like a half inch to an inch more of play that you feel when it's vibrating, don't sweat it. So these are like notes that I'm throwing out there for people to think about when they're spending money. And I think a big chunk of it's just oil filters, oil in your primary, your trans, and your main cavity. That's a $350 job right now. So if they're paying two extra $50 for the rest of the work, they ain't doing that much besides checking brakes to see if they want to charge you for brakes, checking to see if they see leaks, checking if they see leaks in your hoses, your bushings, and things like that, man. So that $250, I mean, they'll check your belt shit to see if the belt's loose. But I recommend like looking hard at your manual, buy a service manual, and looking hard at your intervals of duty, like shit that you need to do at certain intervals, and just make sure at least you get the stuff that's your blood and your air good. Clean your fucking air filter, replace it. Replace all your fluids. I gotta lube. I'm gonna lube my cables. That's my next job. Lube my cables. I'm gonna pack my fork with grease. All right, because I think the dude didn't even say they pack forks with grease. Yeah, $550. So they say bring it in, blah blah blah. But I'm gonna go out and buy a grease gun and some grease and do that shit myself, because at least I know it's done. You know what I mean? Like the book recommends that shit. 20,000 miles. Do it. Alright, so you fucking do it. That's why I question everything. I question everything and trust no one but myself. And I think that's the smartest way to go. So that's about it, man. Just find yourself. The best way to learn shit is to get a service manual, right? Study that shit. Use YouTube, right? Cross-check things. And then I talk to techs. I talk to master techs. I talk to beginner techs. I talk to people at the service like phone. Happened to be a tech. Dude happened to be a tech back in the day. So you learn a lot for free. Or like if YouTube's free. Fucking talking to people on the phone's free. Showing up before or after they're just about to cut out of work. That's a perfect time to learn some shit. And it won't cost you nothing because you ain't making no appointment, throwing no money away. So like that's my 2 cents for today. Matt MC Toolshed videos for Harley Davidson people. And a lot of this is just for myself to remember some shit I posted online. Maybe I'll watch it later and it'll spark some memory, because my memory is not the best. But anyway.